Next on Worcester News Tonight, a shocking scene at a Worcester high school when a deer jumps through a window, how students are reacting. Plus, Maureen Binienda receives a contract extension, all while a group is trying to get her removed as superintendent. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. An uninvited guest makes its way into Worcester's Doherty High School Friday. A deer jumped through a window at the Highland Street School and spent some time inside the building. Tonight we have reaction from students who saw it all go down. Our Cam Jandro's live in Worcester tonight with more. Cam?
And it was a pretty chaotic start to the weekend for students and staff here at Doherty Memorial High School. The bell for the final end of the day just rung and the deer decided to jump through the window. It appears it came from the woods behind the school. And if you have a look behind me, you can see there are still crews cleaning up the mess made by this deer some 8 hours later.
Why is there
Cell phone video captures a deer jumping through a window at Doherty Memorial High School Friday.
There's a huge reaction. They told us all to come outside, so everybody's been waiting outside to see what happens. So it's crazy.
Juniors Emma Smith and Katerina Baoli say before the incident, they saw multiple deer run by their car.
We were driving home from school and down the parking lot we saw like 4 deer just start running.
Ran over a few cars and it just sprinted like back up the hill.
Worcester police says the deer made its way in the building minutes after students were dismissed at 1:45. Video from students shows the deer jumping around an office inside. School officials were in the room at the time, but nobody was hurt.
All of a sudden, right when we get out, we heard some kind of like chaos. We see like videos of a deer breaking into the school, basically.
The incident resulted in this window being smashed on the front of the building. Some students say they didn't expect to see a group of deer running around Highland Street.
I thought it might have rabies or something because they don't usually come over here, especially on a main road. So, I don't know. Or maybe someone put it here.
Police say the deer broke 2 of its legs and cut itself on the glass. The city's animal control removed the deer from the school before euthanizing it in a private area.
I honestly thought they were right. It was our senior prank. I was like, why wasn't I in on this? I was actually kind of sad to hear that it had to be euthanized.
It is kind of sad that the deer itself was hurt, but what can you do?
Now, the district says there was some damage done to the building, but they do expect school to be ready to go come Monday. Live in Worcester tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
A Paxton man is indicted Friday for the murder of his brother back in December. 23-year-old Innocent Asia was found dead in his Monticello Drive home after allegedly being beaten to death with a hammer. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office says his brother, 25-year-old Alexander Asia, is facing numerous additional charges, including 2 counts of armed assault with intent to murder. Police at the time said Asia's mother narrowly escaped and ran to a neighbor's house to call 911. The DA says they're still waiting on an autopsy report for Innocent. Thursday night, Worcester Public Schools Superintendent Maureen Binienda received a 3-year contract extension. This despite recent backlash from a local coalition who's been asking the school committee to consider someone new for the job. Our Olivia Lemon has more.
I think a 5-2 vote is terrific.
After a more than 3-hour executive session, the Worcester School Committee gives Superintendent Maureen Binienda a new 3-year contract. It includes a salary of $215,000 with a 2% annual raise.
Maureen deserves all of the support that she is getting from our community and from our school committee.
School committee member Diana Biancaria says they also approved a list of action steps Binienda must implement. It includes hiring a chief diversity officer and forming an affirmative action committee.
We covered a tremendous amount of points last night, but this is all a continuation of discussions that we have had. These are not new ideas that were brought to the table.
Some community groups have criticized Binienda's work, saying there are racial disparities in the schools.
We want to make sure that the school committee is holding the superintendent accountable.
The Worcester Coalition for Education Equity says with Binienda staying for another 3 years, they hope she follows the new list of action steps.
If we don't have community working around addressing the discipline issues, especially around K-2, then there's a real serious problem. And if if the superintendent isn't open to working with the community around some of these issues around closing the achievement gap, we're not going to get anywhere.
Biancaria says a lot of these issues are already being addressed. More school funding will help get new programs into existence.
Some of the community partners have stepped up and helped us with the funding, in-kind services and so on. But obviously to provide every student in Worcester Public Schools the benefits of what is needed, we need more funding.
Binienda is finishing up her first term as superintendent. In her new term, she will have to provide quarterly updates of her progress on the new action steps. In Worcester, Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
A man has died after suffering a medical emergency while in Worcester police custody Wednesday night. Police say the man was inside his cell. Officers performed first aid and he was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. An autopsy is being performed to determine an exact cause of death. The medical examiner's office says it does not appear to be suspicious. Police haven't released the man's identity or the reason he was in custody. A Worcester man who says he was beaten by police after a lengthy car chase in 2016 has filed a $6 million lawsuit. Richard Simone Jr. filed the federal lawsuit Wednesday. The chase started in Holden and ended in New Hampshire. After exiting his vehicle, cameras caught 2 officers hitting Simone multiple times. Since then, 1 officer resigned and the other was found not guilty of assault. Officers and superintendents from both Millbury and Holden police departments are named in the lawsuit. A first-of-its-kind class at Quinsigamond Community College walked across the stage Friday to graduate. The Reserve Intermittent Recruit Officer Course Police Academy is an entry-level 9-month-long training program run through the Massachusetts Police Training Committee. It allows graduates to become a part-time reserve or intermittent police officer. What makes this police academy unique is all graduates receive the required sponsorship from QCC's police chief.
We did this was a lot of police officers out there had to seek sponsorship from chiefs that they didn't know, and they'd have to try to convince them to give them the opportunity. What we do is we actually give them the opportunity to have the sponsorship that's already secured there.
This year's class had 44 graduates. The second police academy will begin in September. District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. shows an emotional film to David Prouty High School students Friday. The documentary tells the story of the untimely, preventable death of a Massachusetts teen. It was created by his friends and family and is part of the district attorney's effort to keep students safe and help them make better decisions. Our Chandler Walsh has more.
Just like any other night that, you were throwing a little party.
Students at David Prouty High School learn what could happen if drugs and alcohol are mixed.
If you mix an antidepressant, Xanax, with another antidepressant, alcohol, literally your system just shuts down.
They're watching the documentary If They Had Known with the Worcester County District Attorney's Office. The film tells the story of Winchester teen Clay Soper, who died after taking his prescription antidepressants and drinking alcohol at a party.
Clay Soper's friends that night thought they were doing the right thing by putting him to bed. He appeared very drunk. But like the title of the movie, If They Had Known, mixing one antidepressant with another antidepressant has potentially lethal effects.
Spencer Police Chief David Darren says it's a message he wants the students in his community to hear. He says his department responds to alcohol and drug-related calls almost weekly and wants young people to be safe and make good judgments.
Every time I see the film, and I've seen it a couple of times, that rings home with and a reminder of incidents that we've personally participated in where we've had to speak to a family member or a friend and let them know that they've passed on.
The documentary screening comes hours before the school's prom. Junior Heaven Ogunfetimi isn't attending, but hopes her friends who are keep Friday's message in mind.
If your friends are doing that you should be more careful and watch out for them and for yourself as well, but also for your friends.
District Attorney Joe Worley Jr. says they've shown the film to high schools in recent months, and it's especially necessary as prom and graduation approach.
Most high school kids don't binge drink. The average is about 37%, but as they're leaving high school and going to college, those numbers flip around just during the first 5-6 weeks of college. So it's so important that they get this message now.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The head of a Worcester nonprofit will receive a special honor at WPI's commencement ceremony this weekend. Friendly House's Gordon Hargrove will receive an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree. WPI says they've had a long-standing relationship with the organization and Hargrove, working together on many collaborations, including the holiday food program, which has collected millions of pounds of food over the years. WPI's commencement ceremony will be held May 11th. A global helium shortage is affecting Party stores in central Massachusetts. Party City announcing Thursday they'll be closing 45 stores across the nation, citing a short supply of helium affecting their profit. Party City has stores in Shrewsbury and Millbury. Party City tells us they've signed a letter of agreement for a new source of helium. CEO Jim Harrison says, quote, "We believe this new source should substantially eliminate the shortfall we're experiencing at current allocation rates and improve our ability to return to a normal level of latex and metallic balloon sales." Worcester's former Sam's Club is getting repurposed into a distribution center. Sam's Club closed to customers early last year, but will now serve as a fulfillment center for online orders to compete with Amazon. The center will be up and running May 20th and will have up to 120 full-time employees. The first Sam's Club fulfillment center opened in Tennessee in 2018.